All right, so there's been quite a few issues on Wiz as of recently. Don't know how recent this is, but there's a couple things I want to discuss in this video that Wiz needs to basically lock in and kind of fix a lot of their issues. Well, we're only going to be diving in on two things as of recently, which a lot of players have just been experiencing recently. Number one is the crown chop. The crown shop and the bazaar just keep breaking. Right now it's working fine, right? But nobody's in office or doing anything at the moment. But constantly I've been having players, even me, have issues where I can't access the crown shop. And anytime I sell something in the bazaar, it goes into the void and you don't even get your gold. So I would be careful just selling stuff in the bazaar. I would be careful with all that because if there is nothing that you can buy in the bazaar and you go out your way to go sell something in the bazaar, what's going to happen is you will sell the item, but you'll just get no gold. So like if you were selling empowers, you're selling snacks, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna work on this pet or whatever, just in general, right? You just aren't gonna get any gold. So if you don't see anything loaded in the bazaar, that you should probably take a hint of don't sell anything in the bazaar. And then of course the crown chop stuff isn't working. So if you're trying to work on a pet or something like that, or trying to buy like packs or something like that, just be careful, just because it keeps disappearing. So Wiz needs to log in on those things. But let's venture into the actual main portion of this video, which is causing a lot of streamers issue. I don't think it's been affecting as many players just casually, just like walking around playing. I haven't heard anyone else experience this, but I've seen it from a couple streamers, and it feels like it's just been targeting streamers, which I'm kind of glad I haven't been streaming as of recently. The only thing I streamed like a while back was doing barking and challenge modes, which is for like videos and stuff, right? But beyond that, I haven't been streaming recently. And this has been affecting Sauce, it's been affecting other content creators. There's Stormy, for example, where essentially if a player, a certain player that's cheating or whatever, grabs your player ID, they can basically set up a script where they can just non-stop send you a packet of just leaving the adventure party message over and over and over and over. And that just essentially covers your entire screen, so you can't even do anything. So imagine if you're in a fight, or what's it called, you're doing a gold key gate or something like that, right? And you're in the zone where that player is as well. So for example, if I'm sitting in, I don't know, the commons, and randomly a person in the commons that is doing these cheats or doing these things with the packets, they can grab my player ID, and then now they just have my player ID, right? So I'm kind of screwed, right? Everything in the game has an ID, right? So once they have your ID, they can just nonstop send you this message of, hey, leave the adventure party, leave the adventure party, leave the adventure party. And guess what? There's nothing you can really do about it till that player stops doing that thing. So it's been affecting Sauce. I think he got really upset on his stream, which is completely valid, right? And it affected Stormy, and he got upset too. So it's been affecting a lot of players for streaming sake. But like I said, I don't know if it's affecting players that are just casually just roaming around, doing their own thing. It seems like this might be players that are, in the PvP community. That's what it seems like. I mean, hey, there's a couple reasons why I don't do PvP, and lo and behold, this is one of them, right? You find, not everyone's a bad apple in the PvP community, but you might encounter some people who are just purposely just ruin the fun for you on Wiz. So I'd be careful doing that stuff, and it seems like this person is just going stream to stream and just doing that non-stop and interrupting player stream. So anytime that you're in that zone with the player, you're kind of just screwed, because once they grab your ID, it's just GG. You can't play on that wizard anymore. I mean, yeah, it seems like you can swap players and be fine, but once they grab your ID again, you're kind of screwed. And it seems like this still can happen even if you're in, for example, if I just go to my guild house immediately. I don't know how exactly all this stuff works. I'm just kind of going based upon what players have been telling me of what it could be. And the logical thing is with the whole packets thing. So it's literally just a server-side exploit with a bad request using the adventure party. Apparently anybody can do it. What players have been saying is just disable your player name. So for example, if I go to overhead names and just put none and just have it like this, apparently that helps, which I don't think that does. I think that just makes it so, hey, if for example, let's say we have right here Jasmine Fireheart, if they know, oh, Jasmine Fireheart's on friendly players list, oh, I can just DP to her, and then from there I can find Almond or so and grab their player ID, and then just screw them over by just nonstop sending those packets on your screen. So I mean, you're kind of screwed. So as long as they don't know your wizard ID, they can't do it. Now, how they can find your wizard ID, I have no clue how any of that works. But if it's just as simple as sending a packet over and over and over, Wiz just definitely just needs to fix it, right? I mean, that's just a straightforward thing. Everything has an ID, right? So it's just matter of fact of just like Wiz needs to lock in. All right, they keep having issues, and if this is affecting streamers, streamers are gonna get upset. Content creators are gonna get upset. And like lo and behold, this can happen to anybody if you think about it. I think just at the moment, it's just been PvP heads just targeting content creators, right? So it kind of sucks in that regard. Even people who just go about their day, they're not even, hurting anybody. Some of these content creators are just like strictly just, doing helping streams, stuff like that, and they just out of nowhere you just get targeted. So it kind of just ruins their day, and it sucks. People have ended their streams because of this, right? Because they're scared that, what's it called, it's just going to nonstop keep going. Even after some players have ended their stream, they have gotten targeted still. Only reason is because that player that's doing all this stuff to everybody has your character ID. So I just be careful. I don't even know what you can do to evade this other than just Wiz just needs to lock in and fix this issue. Because if this is a continuous thing and Wiz doesn't do anything about it or even mention it, it seems like they don't mention these things, which they definitely should. Like if you see, content creators or streamers, players that support your game and make content on this game, you see them having this issue, it definitely should be be mentioned somewhere like in the Discord or even just announced somewhere, like even on Twitter saying, hey, we know about the issue, we're looking into it. Something straightforward like that, just so people know that this is getting fixed. But there's just too many issues right now. We keep going on this rise of like an upwards trend of like, okay, game's slowly getting better, whatever. But then we have issues like this, where it's not really to their extent their fault because, a player is outright sending these packets to Wizards and just nonstop showing this on their screen. So it's not really Wiz's fault, but it's Wiz's fault in a degree where the fact that players are able to do this without having to do much, right? And that's just what it seems like. But yeah, that's really what I just want to talk about in today's video. Hopefully Wiz can get around and fixing it. It genuinely sucks for all the people that are just trying to stream the game, even the new streamers. Like I've seen this happen to so many people now, so it genuinely sucks. It genuinely sucks, and it makes me not even want to stream, which to be fair, I'm not even streaming, so it's like, we're fine. But like if I wanted to, like for example, stream tomorrow, I have to run the risk of, hey, I have to be careful if I'm, for example, doing Barkingham on stream or going to go farm something on stream, because as long as that player can find me in so and so realm and get my ID, I'm screwed. And I don't even know if that's 100% true because it's happening to people that are in guilds. Like if you just log on, go to your guild house immediately, and there's no way of this person finding you, they're somehow still able to do it, and I have no clue how that works. But hopefully Wiz can lock in, and that's to a degree, and things can get better. But y'all let me know your thoughts about this whole situation in the comments down below. Do you think Wiz is throwing? I know with the crown shop issues as well, and then like the Bazaar issues on top of that. Just be careful selling stuff in the Bazaar as of right now. I mean, like I said, as long as you see items in the Bazaar, you're okay to sell stuff. But if you don't see any items at all in the Bazaar, I don't recommend selling anything because you will just get 0 gold. And that happened to me 3 times, so I'm just, putting that out there. Be careful at the moment. Be careful. But that's it for me. Leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.